Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Shadow and Sun Show, where today, finally, after a 1 day wait, we will be crafting. We apologize for the lack of a video yesterday, but that was mostly out of our control.
Yeah, sorry about that, folks. We had a little family emergency yesterday, and we had to take care of it. Couldn't give you another quality video, so we're gonna try and make it up tonight by being extra funny. So tonight,
Yeah, okay. We need to go to comedy school. We need to go to a comedy class because everyone knows people who go to comedy classes end up being very funny, and people who teach comedy classes are usually also really funny.
so you want to talk about the first one?
Yes, he made this thing a while ago when we made the ice things.
It was our hot glue gun episode.
Oh, and yeah, it was that, and I believe he showed it off.
During the
It's
show, yeah, I think.
I feel like his main problem is just that he colored the eyes, which wasn't that good. But other than that, I think it's pretty good. I think it's not one. Obviously, it's not one of our better things, but
I was just goofing off, trying to come up with something, so I didn't feel left out during the hot glue gun episode. But as you can see, I think I've improved upon the.
he just made a rip off of the ice slams. That's all it is.
No, I think it's a lot different. But yes, this is my take on the H.P. Lovecraft Shoggoth. I looked around the internet and I saw a lot of different, images of Shoggoths, and it's a lot easier to draw one than to make one. But
I mean, this doesn't look that hard to make, to be honest.
No, it looks like something Chewy hacked up.
I hate that I laughed at that. I am now never going to speak for the rest of the video as punishment for me laughing at that joke.
So, while the little guy's keeping quiet, I'm going to go through real quick the materials you'll need. One bubble from the gumball machine of your choice, the large size, and one small. A Pringles lid or some other clear plastic lid. You could even do it without it, just building up the base with hot glue. But this guy right here actually took 2.5 to 3 full glue sticks of the large size. Will you hand me one of those so I can show them? These are the larger ones as opposed to the really small ones. And do you want to use any of the glow in the dark? Okay, yeah, because if you're going to paint it, if you weren't going to paint it, I could see it being, nice to do it in the glow in the dark. These are the blue and those are the green glue. So green glue. So your choice. And I don't even know if they'll work in that hot glue gun. I think they might not, but you can always just put the glue after we've done all the major details and just cover it, and which will save up one of these glue sticks. He's gonna hot glue this on here. Also, I don't know if you can see these. Once again, the eye beads that we found out about from Wylock's channel, and we chose these more fish-eyed looking ones, as opposed to the owls or the cats or even the snakes and the bird eyes. And while he does this part, I'm going to take this smaller clear plastic bubble and, did I turn it on? Okay, I've got my hot wire cutter, and I'm using this just because it's a little bit safer than trying to use some sort of clippers or cutters. And I'm just going to cut through the plastic. And I might have to cut through it a couple of times because, believe it or not, it actually melts back together real quick. Okay, if you pull it apart real quick. And then I'm going to do it again, because these are going to be the bottom part of the mouth. And I found this having this little bit of solid structure here is a little better than trying to just build it up with hot glue and having it cool and solidify. So I'm going to just make another cut here and do it again. And this is going to actually give him his Shoggoth, a little bit smaller mouths, so he'll maybe actually be able to get. See, it already glued back to it. Oh, no, maybe I can pull it apart. Okay, there you go. See, that'll be one mouth. I'll do another one with this side. Oh, there we go, there's two. So you want 3 or 4 mouths? Okay, that's what I thought, 4 mouths. And yeah, just try not to burn my fingernails off. Okay, that's weird how it always breaks on the other side. And then here's the other one. And this actually is a pretty decent hot wire cutter. There's a lot of them out there, but you know, I went with a hot wire cutter that had lots of extra little attachments and tools. It's got, you know, some sort of like engravers and things like that. And you know, for I think we paid $25. It's not a bad deal. The base, of course, is pretty much garbage. It's very, very flimsy. And little guy is going to come back here and show you what he's got going. But in the meantime, I've got a bunch of toothpicks for the teeth, and I learned a little trick that will help you keep because a lot of people will cut their toothpicks like this and then have to go find the pieces. And if you can see what I'm doing, I'm pushing down with this finger so that they won't go shooting off. And that, trust me, that saved me probably a good half hour of not searching for toothpicks. Won't be using the middle section of the toothpick for this video. We will recycle them and use them for something else. Boom. Because he's going to need quite a few extra teeth because he's got the 4 mouths to feed.
I got tired of not talking. Because we obviously, it's very difficult to actually, because as I said before, most of the time when you're clipping things, they seem to just go all over the place. And we've lost important pieces many times because we clip it and we just forget to do that, even after we realize that's probably a good idea.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess when you first start doing it, there's the fear that it's going to just launch right into your hand. But that doesn't happen.
No. And I'll keep cutting these while you start the hot glue process.
Yeah, I got I got tired of not talking.
We knew
Yeah.
We knew he'd come.
Because now that I think about it, I should have kept quiet.
You do a Penn and Teller routine tonight?
What?
I'll show you later. Everybody else on NTV Land, they know what I'm talking about. And if anybody should keep their mouth shut, it probably should be me. I would start with gluing, that. Don't worry about the edge, because that I actually did with it, holding it in my hand and just did a little bit of it at a time. Because it's just easier and you won't have to worry about it sticking to anything. But let's just get the main portion so they get the basic idea. After you've glued the base and let it cool for a bit, you can start thinking about where you want to position the eyes. And since I don't need this anymore, I'm going to turn it off. And I'm going to go get a pair of tweezers, which will make putting the toothpicks on much easier. You can start positioning the mouths and the eyes. And if you want, I'll start gluing the teeth into the mouth, lower jaw pieces. Save us a little time. I'm actually gonna, no, watch. Kind of like a smiley face. Yeah, just like that. Wherever you want them, and here's all 4 of them. and try to get them to kind of go like that, just so that they don't stick out so far, unless you want them to stick out like a bulldog's lower jaw. Shoggoth wants to see how the Shoggoth is made. Here's the other two. Wait, you've got how many? How many do you have?
4.
Okay. Oh, these are the ones we weren't using. Any way you want. It doesn't matter. You saw some of the pictures that I was looking at.
No, I
One
didn't.
from the Call of Cthulhu rule book.
Oh.
It's just they're just a mass of eyeballs.
You know, why is one of the Shoggoths just an old man?
Oh, that's a Shoggoth Lord or something
Why
like that?
is he just an old man?
I don't. We were talking about that earlier. I really don't know. The only thing I can think of is that some other writer, at some point after H.P. Lovecraft, created a Shoggoth Lord, which is like the little guy said, looks like a human that's just kind of, pudgy and bald and.
Yeah. I'm just gonna completely give up on that.
And don't worry about the spider webs.
And I wasn't talking about the spider webs.
Oh, the Shoggoth Lord.
No, I was talking about how I wasn't gonna talk.
Oh yeah. Don't worry about that. Talk all you want, bud.
Do that next time.
Yeah. Why would you do that next time?
Because I still regret that I laughed at that joke.
Oh, okay. Penance for laughing at a dad joke. Okay.
I actually forgot what it was. I just know that it was
Well,
bad.
we'll rewatch the video and you can find out what it was, and then you can, go to church on Sunday and ask for forgiveness, and I think all will be good in the world. You want teeth or you want the lower jaw? Okay. And for the upper jaw, basically we'll just build it up with hot glue. Let me show you. Just slowly build up a layer, let it cool off, put another layer above it, and then another layer above it, and then finally when we get to where we like it, a little, just make sure, you know what, I would actually,
Put it.
like right on this side, just so they're not,
Because
there's
I kind
one,
of wanted it to be high up.
yeah, you can put it up way high up, but just, make it look, sort of
burn myself really bad.
semi-symmetrical. Well, be careful, you don't need another trip to the emergency room this week.
That was last week.
I know. But yeah, anywhere on this side so that you have one on each of the 4 sort of cardinal points. And I use about 5 or 6 teeth per part of the mouth, upper and lower. And then after you've glued the mouth,
Another one here.
okay, you want to put on the eyeballs?
Sure.
Okay, I think I only used 5 eyeballs. You can use as many as you want. And then same,
What if I use all the ones you have?
I don't think there's enough room, physically enough
If I will one day make a Shoggoth with 2 bags.
of eyeballs.
Yes. Just because you said that. Until I forget that you said that.
I was watching a show the other night and someone had
never mind, I'm not supposed to say that.
someone had a jar. They were preparing for a Halloween party or a Day of the Dead party, I think it was actually, and they had a jar of eyes in the refrigerator, and someone went in and just acted like it was no big deal. And I thought that was kind of funny.
Oh.
Go ahead and glue the eyes on first, and then we'll sort of make the eyelids. I don't know if you can see here on this one. I actually did make eyelids.
To prevent it from looking really bad.
Yeah, if you don't make the little and cover up part of the actual beads, leave stuff.
I'm trying to get a random sample.
I know, but you're moving all the teeth, and I don't want to have to hunt these down because that's why I cut them the way I did.
And of course, it turns out that there's going to be an even amount of them.
Eyes?
Yeah. No, an even amount in color.
Oh, okay, that's fine. But as you can see here and here, you will actually cover up part of the bead,
Should I put it right here?
in little. You can if you want. This one's all on you, buddy. And just cover it up and make it, look a little bit, like it's gonna blink or it can blink. There and there, and it gives it a lot more character because he's right. When he'll show you in just a moment, without the eyelids, they look really kind of derpy, comical. I would put it off to a little more to the side.
What, up here?
Just a little, yeah. You don't want it to look like, every time he chews, he blinks at the same time. You done with the eyes, or you want to add no more? Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, do you want to do the teeth, the eyelids, or show them the tentacles?
The teeth.
Okay. Now, with the teeth, you're going to want to, you can use hot glue, but what I do is I also have the super glue ready. Well, that's interesting.
What?
I've never opened this bottle before. It's a brand new type. It's actually crazy glue, but I want to empty the bottle so we can use it, because
super glue bottles are cool.
Well, this one here, show the audience. It has kind of a sort of a spaceship look to it.
I think it actually looks better without that cap on.
Really?
Well, with some things around it. Yes.
Maybe, but
would this work? Oh God,
that's entirely up to you. If the teeth aren't perfect, he needs to see an orthodontist. That's fine. Because as you see the other, you want the tweezers? I got them just in case.
I might actually.
That way, because I also didn't try to make the whole bead of hot glue all at once. I just squirt out a little. Let's get that out of the way because I don't think you need that for a bit. Because the hot glue will cool faster than you can get the teeth in there usually, and that's what the super glue is for. Is if you get them in a good position, but it's not quite dry enough, you can then hit it up with the super glue. I'll take the cap off for you in case you want to do just that. Just make a little bead of hot glue or super glue all around there, just to, make sure they don't wiggle too much. And be careful, like have the super glue drip into the location you want it, not because if you actually hit the teeth with the super glue nozzle, it'll move them out of place.
Does that work?
Yeah, they're completely chaotic. The teeth are going to look a little goofy from time to time because they're toothpicks, and it gives them that sort of
toothpick can be used in pretty neat ways now.
Like when I did the Eye of the Deep, you could tell they're toothpicks for teeth, but making teeth out of anything else is very, very difficult, and unless you're an expert sculptor, you're gonna have some issues with the teeth. You could try to sculpt them out of green stuff or something like that, but it's just
What about 3D printing?
Well,
you should really start getting that thing.
Yeah. Now that we actually have one.
It can only work for small things, but
Right. Maybe that'll be one of the things we really jump on next year. After
I'd say that's probably what we're gonna do, but given our track record, we probably won't.
It's actually one of the original snap makers. I got it from a very good friend of ours, who's also a big fan of the channel. And Mike, thanks for hooking us up with that. Maybe we'll actually get to use it this next year. It's still in the box. It's been.
You took it out of the box.
Yeah, well, most of it's still boxed up, but he sold it to us. He bought it, and now they're already, I think, working on the Snapmaker 3. Have you done all the lower jaws, or just a couple of them?
There's one left.
Okay.
After I put the
super glue. And while we wait for the super glue to dry, let's show them the tentacles.
No. Not yet.
Well, because you're gonna have to wait for the glue to dry.
Okay, fine. Yeah, you can show it.
Well, you're gonna show because you got the hot glue gun and you got.
Oh.
See how I am? I can do all the work.
That's not why I said that.
Yeah, I actually put this Shoggoth together in about a day, or 24 hours, maybe 20 hours. It wasn't really that difficult, you know. The hardest part was probably the
So when are you gonna actually order those tapeworms?
tapeworms.
Yeah, you said you were gonna order some tapeworms from that one place that sells them.
No, I don't remember that.
You said that for next video or something, or one of the videos this month, you need to buy some tapeworms. Because there's a you said that there's an online store that sells tapeworms. They get them from like a
I don't remember any
Soviet
of this.
prison camp or something. You said you were gonna buy some.
I don't remember that conversation at all.
Oh well, I forgot what you wanted to do, but
It sounds like a really good practical joke, knowing me.
huh, well,
Here, I made you these brownies.
huh, that's funny. Anyways,
Put it off to the side if you're done with the teeth.
which I am.
Okay, I'll take the plate out of the way. And he's going to show you DM Scotty's inspired tentacle.
Inspired, even though you pretty much just took that. This is
I
the
don't know,
process.
did he do tentacles or did he do just slimes?
He did tentacles, but it was a black slime.
Oh, okay, okay.
Because basically, this entire craft is. Remember the ice slime we made a long time ago? Let's do that. Let's also steal what DM Scotty did.
But we made our own eyes, didn't we?
We used crystals.
Oh, you're right, we did. Okay, hold on. You're going. That's fine, but let's get the camera in on it.
Oh yeah, that would have been better. Also, that one's not very good.
Okay, you just blop the hot glue in and slowly shape it in the water in the way you like, and do not touch the tentacles for a good couple of minutes, because even though it's in nice cold water, they stay molten inside. And I made that mistake a couple of times, thinking, oh, they're done, and go to pick them up and they weren't done, and they got, they stuck to my fingers and stuff. And it's okay if they stick together, and if they, are only partially what you wanted in the shape, because I've made some already. These are actually the leftovers from the first attempt. And, you'll see shapes that you like this is a really good one right here. But I don't know if you want the whole thing, so I might cut it off here or here.
Yeah, that's fine. And also, do you think these are enough?
That's entirely up to you. Let's leave these to
Well,
cool.
I don't think there's enough room for more.
Okay, let's leave those to cool off. And you won't want to put these tentacles on until almost the very last, step before painting. Just so that you can get everything into place and you can totally cover it in hot glue and do the eyelids and do the upper jaw, which is also going to take a little bit longer than we have time for in this video, because you have to literally wait for each layer of hot glue to cool off. So let's bring that back into. Now I'm going to show you how I did like one of the eyeballs.
Okay.
And I'll just very slowly and carefully just barely cover up the lower part of the eye, and then I'll come back and slowly do another one. And try to make it a point, come to a point, so how eyes have that little corner area on either side.
Yes.
So it'll give them sort of a human looking.
I don't think this is human looking.
You're right. No, I mean the eyes.
I don't think the eyes look human looking.
And then I'm going to show you real quick how I did the
I
mouths.
think they just want to look like eyes, not specifically
Let's
humans.
go over to this one. And
In fact, I don't think they look like human eyes at all. Most human eyes have a lot of white in them.
yeah.
And with the color, the part that has color is
The
usually
iris?
yes. The iris is a lot smaller, depending on the circumstances.
And the creature.
Yes, but specifically with humans, it's usually smaller with a lot of white around it. But with some animals, The iris is the largest part of the eye, which means you are factually incorrect, and this is not going to look, the eyes are not going to look human at all. They might look more like a dog or a cat.
Okay, smart guy.
Well, actually, if you use cat eyes, then they look like a cat, which we didn't, for obvious reasons.
Okay. So, you see, I just made the upper part of the mouth, and we have to leave it there to dry and cool completely, and then add more glue on top of it. And there you go. You want to start covering this guy up, making him look weird.
Sure.
And I'm gonna. Can I bring my other clippers? Oh, shush. And I'm gonna cut off some of the non-essential parts of these old glue with that one.
Ah.
Did you make a mistake? You got a lot of glue on you?
Yeah.
Just that one's garbage. This will make two nice tentacles, I think. And as for the paint job, you probably already guessed, I did in fact use...
Purple and green again.
Actually, I
How?
did not use purple.
What's that?
That
What color is that?
That is the blue. That is the color changing.
What color does that look like to you?
It's got purple in it, but it is the blue.
Did you use this color before?
Which color?
The blue.
Yes, it's right here.
Which means did you use it before this?
Yes.
Which means you knew it had purple in it. Which means you intentionally did it because of purple. How dare you? You've crushed my dreams.
This is the blue flash.
It even looks extreme. I'm not sure if it, obviously because it is actually color shifting.
Yes.
It does look, especially from when light shines on it, it's a very purple. I'm not sure if you can get that. But if you can tell it is very purple. He would have known this was purple, and he chose it specifically because it's purple.
Can you get a close-up right there?
Just because it says blue doesn't mean it doesn't have purple in it. It's color shifting, which means it changes colors. They're not going to say blue and purple flash. They're just going to say blue because it's more, the majority of it in the bottle looks blue.
And what did that one say? Does that say purple? Oh my goodness.
I apologize.
Did you have a Shoggoth for dinner? So, purple? Blue. I did not use the purple.
Yes, but it has purple in it. Color shifting means it shifts between two colors or multiple colors when light reflects on it and the angle of which you see it changes, which means that was clearly intentional because if you look at the bottle if you hold it, you move it around, you can tell that has purple on it. I like that. You subconsciously thought, that's purple. I like the combination of those colors, so subconsciously you chose that one specifically because it had purple in it. Even if you didn't know that that's why you did it. That is, in fact, why...
This isn't a Vallejo video. And for around the eyes, I actually used the red color shifter. I think that says red or pink. Yeah, it's red flash. It's really an awful color, so I picked it for this project because
you hate it.
If you look around the eyes, it gives that sort of fleshy, creepy look to it. During a Sunday show-off show, or maybe later, we'll show the picture that I was using from the Call of Cthulhu rulebook.
If you really wanted to use that as an example, you would have just made this an old man. That's all you would have done. That's all you needed.
No, finish. You got to do all the glue.
I did all yes.
No, I mean cover the whole.
Okay, how do we start with that?
Well,
we need that to dry, don't we?
Yes, but
also, do you think these are done?
You can test them out.
These are currently pretty cold, which is good. Not sure. I mean, you can probably see as well in the background. I hope. There's something I guess we have to deal with, I suppose. Also, the reason we did them in water is because now they're somewhat three-dimensional.
Yes, and they don't get a flat edge.
They're still kind of oval shaped, but
yeah. It's a really good trick to keep your shape.
Which he came up with very. Well, no, we said it was James Conner.
Yeah, but I came up with it when I was trying to make something the tentacles, and I didn't want them to have a flat edge. And we're just going to want to cover this guy in massive amounts of glue. So we're going to probably have to cut it short here, folks, but I think you guys get the idea. Because this hot glue is going to take a while to dry.
Because we aren't going to make the entire thing today.
No, we've given
Tonight.
Yeah, like I said, it's going to take some time, but you will see his version for the show-off show. But just, don't be afraid to use a ton of hot glue all over the place to give it that bubbly, disgusting look that all Shoggoths are made of. And as soon as I empty this hot glue stick, well, that's it. So.
First, I apologize. A certain individual was doing something that was, I don't know. And
The Peanut Gallery has spoken. And it's Friday night for us here. We hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. It's been a great week and a great day today. And
again, we apologize for the lack of a video yesterday.
Yes, but it was beyond our control. And we hope you guys have a great weekend. We're starting our Thanksgiving vacation as of tonight.
So
and we will be back Sunday for part 3 of the Starspawn and Reaper Bones Cthulhu.
Where you again decided to use the colors purple and green because you use them every single time.
Well, Christmas is coming up and I won't have any excuse. So until next time, folks, have a great weekend. We love you. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button on your way out, and we will see you in a couple of days.
And remember, God bless America.
Good night, everybody.